In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up your Tweetdeck and connect your Twitter account so you can participate in your first Twitter chat. So on a Chrome browser, I am going to go to Tweetdeck, TweetDeck.com. And if you'll notice, it adds that Twitter in there, and that's because they are connected. There is not really such a thing as a Tweetdeck account. So I'm just going to log in with my Twitter account. So if you don't have one of those, go ahead and create one. And then your username and password, just log in. And then it is actually going to look like a canvas, and it has several columns already. I'm actually going to get rid of those for right now, because I'm just going to show you simply what you need to get started. So if you notice, while I'm getting rid of these columns by clicking on these lines up here and then just remove. Click on that and then remove. And if for some reason your little new tweet box goes away, just click on the blue in the upper left right there. And that is how you'll tweet. And it'll look like it comes directly from your Twitter account. But let me show you how to do those columns, because you need 3 columns really to participate in a Twitter chat. And I'm getting ready to do one in about 30 minutes, so I'm going to just set up mine for that. So I'm going to click on Add Column with the little plus sign. And the first one I'm going to do is notifications. And I want anytime somebody does anything to me to actually see that. And just click Add Column. And then you can either click on this X or you can click on the back button. Either one will take you back. I usually click on the X. So the notifications column will actually show me anytime anybody does something with me or any tweet that I've done. So like Molly added me to her list. Ed Tech Roundup actually followed me, and then I can actually follow them back or tweet to them or do several things directly from here. I can also see that someone else added me to their list, and somebody liked my tweet, and somebody retweeted something I did. Somebody replied to me, Cyberryman. So anytime anybody does that, it'll show up here. And that's important because during the Twitter chat, if I tweet something and someone replies to me, it'll show up here. I don't have to be on that tweet anymore. I can just see it as it comes by. So the next one you want to do, go back over to Add Column, the plus sign, and you're going to do Search. And the reason you do this is because a Twitter chat is actually organized around, I can't even type, secondary ELA, and then enter. They're organized around hashtags. And so people will use these to actually participate in, because everything now in this column will have a secondary hashtag, secondary ELA hashtag. So if you notice these tweets that come by, and they'll just continue to come by. So secondary ELA, see all of them. They can even have other ones, but they have to have that one. Okay. So that's important because as they come through, as the chat is going on, you will get to see people's and interact with them as the chat goes on. Now, the third column and the last column that I always have when I'm participating in a Twitter chat is for the moderators or the hosts of the chat, because the questions will come from them. And I just so happen to know that Bryn Allison and actually Christy right here as well, they are both co-hosts of this chat. And so they are really good about posting the questions ahead of time in just a picture like this. And so tonight it's all about open forum. Like last week, it was about young adult literature in the classroom, using that in the classroom. This one's about teaching, just open. ELA topics, of course. So they show you exactly what time each one of these questions will be tweeted out. And so that's important because you might want to prepare something ahead of time just to get ready so you don't have to think of things on the spot. Or if you're not prepared, that's okay too. But this just helps you to know what's coming up. And so I always put the co-hosts or the co-moderators in a column of their own. And so if I knew that Bryn Allison was a moderator for tonight, I would go back to click on Add Column and do User. And her Twitter handle, well, her name is Bryn Allison. and I know it's this one. And just click on her and then do add column and then X that out. So anytime she tweets, and only her, will that come right there. Now, another thing, if you don't know the moderators for the chat, you can always just tweet it out with the hashtag. So if I didn't know them, I would say, who are the moderators of the secondary ELA chat? And I already know that, so I'm not going to actually tweet it. But then you tweet it out, and anybody who follows that hashtag would be able to tell you. Now, I actually know that there are 2 people that are the co-moderators. So I'm going to show you how to do a list. I'm going to click add column again. And I'm going to do lists because I already know who they are. But if I didn't have a list with them in it, I could do create list. And then I'm going to do secondary ELA. And I'm just naming it moderators 2. And I'm just going to make this one private. But you could leave it public for other people to use. I'm going to save it. And then who am I going to put on there? Well, I know that Literary Maven is on there. She's a co-host. And 2 Peas and a Dog is Christie's. And she's a co-host. So it says you're going to add column and I'm done. So 2 people are going to be on here. So and I'm going to take this one off. If when you ask the moderators of a chat, if they come back with more than 1 person, then you can just create a list. And so now Christy and Bryn's tweets will both come through here. And that's important because they will be giving the questions during the chat. And that's really all I do to set up my Tweetdeck for a Twitter chat. So I'm going to make another video about me actually participating in the chat a little bit later. So you'll be able to see how I interact with the people who are on the chat. So I hope this helps.